Yeah, hello. What's up, YouTube? How's it going today? This is your host, the Eye of the Hand, the Eye. Today's date, the 6th of March, 2018. I shouldn't be drinking soda. Well, I just had two teeth pulled yesterday on this side. I haven't made any videos because my whole face was pretty much shot, so couldn't talk, couldn't do anything. Just want to say thank you to the subscribers. I've had quite a few subscribers in the past 4 days, 3 days here, back to back to back to back, which is pretty impressive. My videos must be getting seen, so. But I just wanted to say thank you to the subscribers. That's number one, because that many back to back is a good amount. Total was 13 in 3 days. That's not bad. 13 subscribers in 3 days. I usually get about one a week, one every 2 weeks, maybe two. I'm not greedy. I don't expect everybody to jump on my channel, but I tell the truth. I keep it real. I don't know if everybody's seen my last video that I did, the video before the last one, about connecting revelations to the current situations and times. Still working on it. Although my computer was crashed, I was screwing around with this artificial intelligence, and it crashed my computer. So when I asked it on the phone, why did it do that? It said it seemed like the right thing to do. So it obviously didn't like the fact that I was putting together the pieces. But thank God I got backup. Go Mini. Thank God I got backup. And yeah, my jaw's still a little swollen today. See here, my jaw's still swollen compared to this side. I had two teeth removed yesterday, side by side. Believe me, pain was excruciating. Illuminati card video was a good one, yeah. Was that the one where I said I found the timeline to the end, I think? That's a good one. Hey, give me a like. Give me a like. Okay, good, good, good. Very good. I like the name. Save Our Future, America and Humanity. It's a good name. A lot of people don't they don't live off that rule. We respect it, but all these important business people and all these people, I mean, you gotta figure, we're over 7 billion people on this planet, right? 7 billion, over 7 billion. You know damn well, I'm just gonna jump right into the cake. You know damn well that they're gonna do a mass elimination, and they're gonna blame it on war. They're gonna blame it on other countries. Now, I noticed there was a verse in the Bible that said the North will rise against the South, and the North is that like a bear. It looks like a leopard, but has feet like a bear. That's right. That's right. It's because we could see everything that's going on. The rich, they let themselves go. They get carried away. They could care less who they hurt. It's like the one guy said, if aliens did exist, if aliens did exist, that they wouldn't care about us. It's like a human stepping on an ant. We don't care about the ants. We step on the ants. We don't care about them. So these aliens, I believe they are out there, and I proved it, that there would be a war in and a war on the earth, on earth as it is in heaven, is the passage that tells you that everything that happens out in space eventually happens here. Right now we got some video surfacing. I didn't feel like doing a video on it because everybody's covering it. But you can see in the video the lights are shooting and canceling out the other lights that are being shot. And you can see it getting hit and it lighting up. the ships out there that are shooting at each other in the sky. But it started off with Elon Musk's video of a car recording space. They showed a bunch of dots in the background flying around, looked like they were shooting at each other. So they're getting closer. Secure Team did a video. Yeah, he said that just to think that if we were under an attack by an outside source from space of an alien race, that we would all unite under one cause because it's greater than our own agendas. But all these countries are already in on it. They've already got the bunkers made. They've been moving underground slowly. Oh yeah, no, I believe it too. Yeah, yeah, yep. I know. I watch a lot of videos because I'm always home. I don't go nowhere. I don't go anywheres, and I feel that if I don't go anywheres, I'm retired as it is, so I might as well put in some work. Even though I'm not getting paid for this, I'd like to put in some work and just give people some stuff to think about, to chew on. Throwing them more than a bone. What I do, see, because I know that there's people subscribed to my channel that, well, at least are watching my channel, and they come on and watch me when I'm on, when they catch me, or they watch my videos. They just don't comment on my videos, and they don't hit like on my videos, and they don't subscribe to my channel. There's only a couple that did, which was That's Impossible channel and another channel. We communicated for a little while back and forth. But for the most part, I'm giving this shit for free, the informations, and I know that they take what I say and they run with it, Yeah, I don't care if they monetize it. You know how many strikes I got? DTube is just a downgraded version of YouTube, and eventually they'll be next in line. See, you got to think ahead. See, we got to think ahead when it comes down to what's next. Like that thing I cracked at the 1988 Economist magazine. The phoenix rising out of the fire, out of the flames, with the saint's spear tip on the head. I broke it down, everything. I broke down what the spear tip meant, what the saint's logo meant, what the phoenix represented, why the fire. I checked out everything, and I put everything in specific detail on video on YouTube. Even on my Facebook pages that I have, Truthers United. I got like 4 different Facebook pages that's loaded with information. I got an all-world news channel which has people from all around the world, not from this country, but from everywhere else: Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan, Russia, Germany, you name it, Italy, Rome. I mean, they're all on this Facebook because I post serious news events that happen, and I post politicians that take the blame, because that's the start. When politicians stand up and say it's our fault, but we let this happen because we didn't do anything about it beforehand. So they like that type of stuff because at least it's admittance. And I think the only thing that the world wants, these other world powers, they just want to be told that American presidents, or America period, was wrong for a while, what they've been doing. America's not got clean hands. They've divvied and dabbled in everything. That's why it's called the Great Harlot, the prostitute that sits on many waters with her cup of sins held high with a smile that never changes. That's the Statue of Liberty. sits on 3 bodies of water right there. They all 3 connect, and then the third one is the ocean that connects to all the other bodies of waters. And the cup that she's holding up high, the torch, that's her cup of sin. You got to think about it, you know, and she got a smile that never changes. So these were references to certain things. People weren't putting it together. But I decided to put it together, the Ezekiel thing and all that other stuff. But if you go back a couple of my videos where I'm showing you the Bible and matching it up, I show you proof that they're going to be cast down. And Secure Team 10 happened to get recognized the other day when they posted a thing about Antarctica. Now, they're trying to say that it looks like a piece of ice, you know. Secure Team 10, they're trying to say it looks like a piece of ice that broke off the mountaintop and slid down. That's impossible. That's impossible, because if you watch the movies, when an impact happens, whether it be by plane, by some sort of ship, or by some sort of rock, when it hits the edge of the mountain, it leaves this cutout path and a blowout look to it. And whatever hits goes first and keeps going, and then everything else covers over that. So the line where it started was covered over by the debris. That's not a big block of ice. That's a ship down there in Antarctica. And for some reason, it's showing up on this map. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not. But I don't see why Google Earth would leave that shit there if they're monitoring that. I don't see why they wouldn't have airbrushed it out like they did everything else. I mean, come on, if it's that easy for people like us to find shit like that, how come it ain't that easy for them? Unless it's planted there. Now, YouTube and media, mainstream media, they know what the fuck they're doing. They want us to tell. Well, there's a huge plan. Trump wants everybody to get chipped, believe it or not. That's his ultimate goal. Because I show him my other video where it shows Steve Bannon, and I actually got the proof here. I'll show it to you. Trump does want people to get chipped. I mean, think about this. This whole thing, it's a good thing I didn't say anything about the shooting, about the kid in the schools, because them people got ragged on so hard on social media. It was sad. None of it's funny. None of it's funny that they're doing. Number one, I wouldn't even be focused on what's going on with these school shootings. It's because they don't have anything else to talk about, or they can't figure anything out. I'll tell you what, I need to focus ahead. Don't focus when the next attack's going to be on a school. Are you fucking ridiculous? We're talking about the whole world is in danger. The whole world is in chaos right now with weather patterns. These fucking our crops being destroyed. Our fish life, sea life is being killed off because of the temperature change, rapid temperature changes. Look at the fucking UK and look at everything else for the past 7 years. God said, 7 years, tribulations. There's 7 sets of 7. So count all those years up. Maybe we come close to maybe about 70 years. Maybe a little under, 56 years or so. 49 years. But nevertheless, Trump wants you to get chipped, and I got the proof for that. Where we're going, it's going to be a while. See, each tribulation is its own set of things that happen. So we're getting ready to enter into now, which is the grand solar minimum. And I proved that the sun has effects on the earth, but I also proved that there's a planetary body out there, because I made a video showing these planetary bodies during the solar eclipse that we just had, the super blue blood moon. I showed on the side of the moon that that there was a whole cluster of them, and now Mr. Mr. MRBB333 posted a yellow disc sun-like object with what you show is debris tail. And that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what they're fearing is coming. And it's still very far away yet, even though it's that visible. And that's some bullshit. But I've been keeping thorough track of everything here. I mean, everything I've been keeping thorough track of. You know, the Earth will reel to and fro like a drunkard while the Earth's axis. I mean, my computer crashed, but they're telling you now. This is my beef about the Pope. Everybody's going in and talking about the Pope is the devil. The Pope is the devil. That Obama is the devil. Obama is the devil because Obama's name equals the numbers of the beast's name and the beast number. No. It said that the number of the beast would equal that of a man's name. It didn't say that man was the beast. So Barack Hussein Obama is 18 letters. Break that down 3 ways, you got 666. Because 18 is the main number. It's a whole. Alright? So that already passed. Trust the Pope. Do not trust Trump. I don't really get into politics. I'm not one to choose. But I'm definitely going to tell you don't trust Trump because now I see what they're doing. They're comparing him to the king that's in the Bible. They're masking his face over the face of the king, Solomon or whoever the fuck that was. Ancients had ancients had the technology. Where do you think we got it from? Oh yeah, they had the technology. And they became the sky beings because the Bible talks about the sky watchers, the people in the sky. See, Pope's not the Antichrist. Remember, the God said turn things around and upside down. Flip them around and upside down, like Jonathan Kleck would say. And you'll get your answers. Now, I've done my research. The devil wants us to think that the Pope with the iron rod is the one. Because everybody keeps comparing that verse. I'm comparing that verse and I'm telling you that he's got something to do with it. Because there's a first beast and a second beast, which is the first beast is the human beings. In a metaphor speaking, because when God speaks, he speaks in about different things in one sentence. Alright? It speaks of all these different things, but the first beast, which is us, created the second beast in our image, which is the AI, artificial intelligence. Alright? You see where I'm going with that? Good. That's great. Anyways, it's just, you know what bothers me is just there's so much information once you find it all out. You want to start from the beginning and the end. You want to explain it all, but you know it would just take too long, and there's nobody willing to sit down for 2 hours, 3 hours to listen. Now, if the world was explained just right on how everything is processed, on how the East Coast braces for second nor'eastern and everything else, and all these countries are getting all this bad weather and changes, if they would just listen to the reasons why, they would know where to look. I know the reasons why. I know what's going on. The government knows what's going on. It's the people that don't know what's going on because they're so busy with their daily lives. They got to work. They got kids or so. If they don't got kids, then they got other shit to do. You know, there's a lot of people that got nightlives. They play darts. They go bowling on a league. You know, video games. Well, Bitcoin proves that people are sheeple by having the sheep in there. And if you count the people, there's 8. And if you look at the Bible, it talks about the 8th king yet to come. And the sheep is standing in between the 7 and the 8th. See, because we're on the 7th one now. And the 8th one is yet to come. See, Trump is out of there. And then when the new one comes in, the new one's going to have so much pull. You already know who the new one's going to be. I don't got to go into that. But see, instead of us being focused on who the president is, shouldn't we be focused on what they're planning for us? Because number one, this goes hand in hand. The FEMA camps and the Bible verses, okay? This all goes hand in hand. I don't know if you guys are seeing it right. Okay, we got that one, and I'm going to show you one more, okay? This here is my high hater one, okay? Because right here is Steve Bannon, okay? Okay, now watch. This is the reason why Steve Bannon got fired, by the way. If you're wondering, I'm the one that got him fired. Wow. It just disappeared. So anyways, he released a photograph that he shouldn't have released. And on these two lines, the top line says, finally, complete the Biometric Entry and Exit Act. And then propose David Oliver bill, a new David Oliver bill. Proposed passage of David Oliver bill. That's the immigration thing. So once they get you to do this, these two things go hand in hand. I don't think anybody's coming in and out of this country unless they're chipped. And I think every country is going to do this. Their airports are already doing it. They're opening up smart stores already. Yes, exactly. That's one of the reasons why the water anomalies keep happening. But I got something for this Jacob Slatter. Jacob Slatter, I don't know if he's really all there. I mean, I've seen some shit that maybe it's just an energy spike he gets every now and then, or maybe it's some autism or something. I don't know what the fuck it is. But he says he doesn't know. He says, oh, people talk about the ground opening up and the water being sucked in. You know, and he says, but it doesn't explain how it comes back up. I told him how it comes back up. One thing is one. I don't know if I got this right, but a fissure opens up and closes. Have you ever seen the ones on top of ground that are open and close, and you see the water coming up out of them as they're opening and closing, and then it closes and the water goes back down? Okay, well, down there at the bottom, if we got a lot of lava activity eating away in a line, or if we have an earthquake because the gas builds up, when the gas builds up, it's putting pressure on the inside, causing the earth to split open. That's what all them long cracks in the earth are around the world. 200-mile long cracks, 300-mile long cracks. It said the earth will be broken asunder. It said it would reel to and fro like a tent in the wind or like a drunkard, and it would be broken asunder throughout. It's happened. That part is already, and it's still happening. We haven't seen shit yet. By this time next year, we're going to be seeing 8 and 9s for earthquakes. Okay? We're going to be seeing devastation on a fucking scale that nobody's ever seen it. But it's going to stop for a little while. We're going to get the rest. It's the golden age of man. All right? But, well, yeah, them heisting the sand, I'm sorry, I'm not getting your messages right on time. The sand, the dredging of the sand, that has a lot to do with everything. Of course, when you take the sand, the water level is going to lower. But I want to explain something. If ice is in fact melting, which it is in certain places, and it's refreezing in other places, because the poles have moved, they've shifted. It's not because of the earth slowing down, it's because the poles have shifted, and instead of it being frozen in this whole area where the pole was here, the pole moves over here. Now it's going to defrost, melt, and stop, and it's going to freeze over here. It's just changing its position, which it's doing that all over the globe. So we might see a sideways. When you look at the map, you see this band going across everything. Well, that band might turn a little and become like this, which means, you know, it's hard to explain, but I know how it's going to happen and what's going to happen. Well, here's the thing. I just wanted to make a mention of the ice. People are saying there's no way that the oceans can fill up because the ice is already in the water, and that's as high as it's going to get. Once it melts, it's going to stay the same. That's bullshit, because the ice that's on top that sticks out of the water isn't in the water yet. When it melts, it's got to go down in the water, so it rises up. But what happens is the water rises up on the lowest levels of the land around the world. That's why some people see recessions in water, because the land comes up. What I believe is happening is, I believe land is rising in one area and land is going in another area. Not just because of the volcanoes and sinkholes, and shit and erosion eating away at the ground, but because we built on top of old cities, that are starting to, now that they're getting shaken up, they're starting to discover new cities underneath the cities we fucking built on top that they never knew was there. All right, so everything's getting a little out of hand. Right, when they remove the sand, listen, everything's lighter in water. If I take a rock and I drop it, it's going to slowly go down. It's not going to go down as fast if it was out of water. It's the water that holds the ground down. The sand acts as a layer of like padding over the main layer, and it compresses it down so the air can't escape like it wants to, because it stays in there. That's because the gases build up. But like I said, the gases are building up, causing pressure on the inside of the earth, and it's pushing the earth out. And some areas are cracking wide open, and new land is being formed. The earth is getting bigger. The earth is not getting smaller. But problem is the earth is going to blow up. This is going to be our last rodeo, because the earth can't handle it no more. We finally did it. And it's there's going to be all kinds of shit going to happen. It's going to be war, nuclear war. It's going to have fucking fighting these alien beings or whatever the fuck they are. We're the harvest. Try to tell people that. We're the food. Yum yum. You don't think that fucking food chain ends at the circle. No. The universe is huge. So anyways, this is a prison planet. And I don't know, I'm going to throw this theory out there. I had somebody tell me that they think that this land, somebody told me that they think that this land is at the bottom of a deeper ocean of a bigger earth or a bigger land. And that we have been domed off, but we've been removed from the upper layer, which would be up top the heavens, and we were slowly sunk down. And you know what I think they're trying to do is they're trying to break the glass, because she said something about breaking the glass and the glass dome ceiling. So my figure is, if they do that while we're underwater, we're all dead. And I believe that the stars that we're looking at, because we're domed off, it looks like it's rounded, but actually everything is straight flattened out as far as the eye can see. And them little glitters of light, when people look through the telescope and they say they look like water droplets, they don't look like anything that's on the actual Google sky or constellation maps. What ends up happening is I start to think that those are holes in between the patches of land that the sunlight from their 24 hours a day sunlight shines through, and that's where God came from. That's where Jesus came down. He got killed. You can't go through the dome physically. You have to go through in a spiritual way or something. Yeah, and they're doing it again. Now, I want you to notice something. When they set up these rockets, they go so far, all of a sudden that white-looking smoke comes out, and it only goes so far. That's because they're actually flying through a layer of, like, I'm going to say a layer of water being suspended up there. And what ends up happening is the flame goes out, and it's air pushing. And then they turn the flame back on once they get out of that region. There's something going on, because you can see ripples in it, like as if it's water. And here's the thing. When you're watching them when they're out in space, why the fuck is it, if they're moving at that low Earth orbit satellite, if they're moving at 40-something thousand, 50-something thousand miles an hour, Why are the little specks that are dropping off the rocket slowly going by the rocket camera? Shouldn't they go by so fast that you can't see anything falling from the rocket? I mean, it doesn't make sense that it would slowly go by the camera if it's moving at 50-something thousand miles an hour. So, but I just wanted to make this quick video. I just wanted to say thank you to the subscribers. I'm humbly thankful. I don't want to make this too long because my jaw's starting to hurt again. It's a little swollen still. It's gone down a little bit. I just wanted to give you guys an update. Yeah. Thing is, whatever the fuck they got up there. Now, this theory about the airplanes, real quick, about the wings being filled with compressed CO2, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, guys. Listen, I wish you guys the best. Let me get some likes. Share it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Love you guys. Keep the Lord in your heart. Keep him close. Don't let no fear in your heart, because God says that for a reason. Because what's the government use on you? They use fear tactics to get you to do what they want. All right. Love you all. Bless you all. In Jesus Christ's name. Amen.